The Constitution of India. Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hi students, welcome back to Zoology class. Hope all are fine and safe at home. We have completed our 4th chapter biomolecules in the last class. Today we are going to start a new chapter. That means today we are going to start the 5th chapter, digestion and absorption. In this chapter we will study about the different parts of your digestive system and role of each part in the process of digestion, disorders associated with the digestive system, etc. Okay, shall we move on to our topic? Okay. As we know, food is one of the basic requirements of all the living organisms. It contains different kinds of nutrients such as carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, etc. And these nutrients will provide energy as well as organic material for the growth as well as repair of the tissue. These nutrients are present in the form of bio-macromolecules. Since they are present in the form of bio-macromolecule, our body is not capable of absorbing this bio-macromolecule directly. So what we want to do is, it should be converted into the form of simpler units, or this larger bio-macromolecule have to be converted into the form of simpler absorbable units. Such a conversion of larger bio-macromolecule into the form of bio-micromolecule through the process of breaking is known as what? Digestion. Otherwise, we can define digestion in another way. Digestion is the process of breaking down of complex food materials into simpler absorbable unit. What is the importance of digestion? Yes, digestion is essential for the absorption of the micromolecule, which is essential for the growth as well as repair of the body. Understood? So, digestion is the process of breaking down of complex food material into simpler absorbable unit. This digestion can be done with the help of our digestive system, isn't it? Can you say the parts of your digestive system? You might have studied in the high school classes about the parts of digestive system, isn't it? Which are the parts? Yes, mainly we can divide the parts into two categories. Which are they? Yes, alimentary canal as well as associated glands, isn't it? Alimentary canal. Can you see the parts of your alimentary canal first? Yes, your alimentary canal consists of a mouth, and then yes, a buccal cavity. Buccal cavity will lead to a pharyngeal region. Pharynx will lead to esophagus. Esophagus will lead to yes, stomach. Stomach will open to small intestine, and the small intestine will lead to yes, large intestine. Large intestine will open to which area? Yes, a rectum. Then finally rectum opens to outside through a small pore known as anus. So which are the main parts of your alimentary canal? Yes, mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, anus, isn't it? So today we are going to study about each part of your alimentary canal more clearly. As I told you earlier, your alimentary canal starts with a small anterior opening mouth, and it will end in a small posterior opening called the anus. Okay, so which is the first part of your alimentary canal? Yes, it is a small anterior opening, that is known as what? Mouth. This is the mouth, and this will lead to a cavity known as buccal cavity. Inside the mouth we can see a small cavity, isn't it? This cavity is known as buccal cavity. This buccal cavity contains different kinds of teeth as well as a muscular tongue in it. Okay, so what is the peculiarity of the buccal cavity? Yes, your buccal cavity contains different kinds of teeth and a muscular tongue. So which is the first part of your alimentary canal? Yes, your mouth is the first part of your alimentary canal, and mouth is a small opening which can be seen in the anterior end of your body. നിങ്ങളുടെ ബോഡിയുടെ ആൻറ്റീരിയർ എൻഡിൽ കാണുന്ന ഒരു ചെറിയ ഓപ്പണിങ്ങിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ മൗത്ത് എന്ന് പറയുക. ദിസ് ഇസ് ദ മൗത്ത്, ആൻഡ് മൗത്ത് വിൽ ഓപ്പൺ ടു എ ലാർജ് cavity. The cavity is known as what? Buccal cavity, isn't it? What is the peculiarity of the buccal cavity? Yes, buccal cavity contain a number of teeth in it. Not only that, these teeth are different, isn't it? And this teeth, along with these teeth, we can see a long muscular tongue also, isn't it? These two organs will help in the process of digestion. That means mainly it will help in the breaking down of food into simpler units. Okay, let's study the peculiarity of your teeth. Okay, when we consider our teeth, we will understand one thing, that our teeth are embedded in the sockets of jaw bones, isn't it? നമ്മുടെ ജോ ബോൺസിൻ്റെ ജോ ബോൺസിൻ്റെ ഇടയിൽ കാണുന്ന സോക്കറ്റ്സിനുള്ളിലാണ് ടീത്ത് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത് അല്ലേ. ഇപ്പോൾ അത്തരത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ ടീത്ത് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് ടീത്തിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് വിളിക്കുക? യെസ്, തീക്കോഡോണ്ട് arrangement എന്ന് പറയാം. What is that? Thecodont arrangement. So what is meant by thecodont arrangement? It is a special kind of arrangement in which teeth can be seen inside the sockets of jaw bones. jaw bonesൻ്റെ സോക്കറ്റ്സിനുള്ളിലാണ് ടീത്ത് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റ് നമ്മൾ വിളിക്കുന്ന പേരാണ് thecodont dentition എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Majority of the mammals form two sets of teeth during their lifetime. The first set of teeth is known as milk teeth, and the second set of teeth is known as permanent teeth. Actually, milk teeth are temporary teeth. It will form when the child attains the age of 6 months, and it will be there in the mouth of the child till the age of 6 years. Okay, that means after delivery, from the 6th month onwards, the first set of teeth will start to form. Okay, after that, when the child attains the age of 6 years, at that time, majority of this first set of teeth will lose from that child. If an organism is capable of showing such kind of dentition, that means if an organism is capable of forming two sets of teeth during its lifetime, we can call such kind of organism, or we can categorize that organism under the organism showing diffeodont dentition. What is that? Diffeodont dentition. That means diffeodont dentition is a kind of dentition in which an organism is capable of forming two sets of teeth during their lifetime. ഓക്കെ, ഒരു ഓർഗാനിസം അതിൻ്റെ ലൈഫ് ടൈമിൽ 2 സെറ്റ് ഓഫ് ടീത്ത് ഫോം ചെയ്യാൻ കേപ്പബിൾ ആണെങ്കിൽ അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഡെൻറ്റീഷനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പറയുക? യെസ്, ഡിഫിയോഡോൺ ഡെൻറ്റീഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുക. നോട്ട് അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റ്, അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ഡെൻറ്റീഷൻ നമ്മൾ വിളിക്കുന്ന പേരാണ് ഡിഫിയോഡോൺ ഡെൻറ്റീഷൻ. മെജോറിറ്റി ഓഫ് ദ മാമൽസ് ആർ ഷോയിങ് വാട്ട്? ഡിഫിയോഡോൺ ഡെൻറ്റീഷൻ കാണിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാരാണ്. ആൻഡ് അനദർ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് പെക്യൂലിയാരിറ്റി ഓഫ് അവർ ടീത്ത് ഈസ് ദാറ്റ് we have different kinds of teeth. What is the total number of teeth? Yes, 32 teeth will be there inside our mouth, isn't it? These 32 teeth are of different types. Which are they? Incisors, canines, premolars, molars. These are the different kinds of teeth, isn't it? This kind of arrangement, the arrangement of different kinds of teeth in our mouth is known as heterodont dentition. I'll tell you once more. Heterodont dentition is a kind of arrangement in which we can see different kinds of teeth in the mouth of an organism. ഒരു ഓർഗാനിസത്തിൻ്റെ മൗത്തിൽ പല തരത്തിലുള്ള ടീത്ത് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റാണ് നമ്മൾ heterodont dentition എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. The number and arrangement of teeth in each half of the upper as well as lower jaw can be expressed in the form of a simple formula. This simple formula is known as what? Yes, dental formula. Okay, dental formulae. Here I have written the dental formulae of human. Here you can see, isn't it? Dental formula usually expressed in the form of numbers. In this dental formula, the first number 2 represents the number of incisors present in the each half of the upper jaw. Okay, and the second number represents the number of canine present in the each half of the upper jaw, and the third number 2 represents the number of premolars in the each half of the upper jaw, and fourth number 3 represents the number of molars present in the each half of the upper jaw. I'll tell you once more. Here, the first number 2 represents the number of incisors which is present in the each half of the upper jaw, and the second number 1 represents the number of canine which is present in the each half of the upper jaw, and the third number 2 represents the number of premolars which is present in the each half of the upper jaw, and the 3 represents the number of molars which is present in the each half of the upper jaw. The number and arrangement of teeth in the each half of the jaw can be represented in a particular form. This representation is known as what? Dental formula. Okay, അപ്പോൾ ഇതിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ dental formula എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. This is a typical example of human dental formula. The chewing region of your teeth is covered with a hard material. and this material is known as enamel. Okay, enamel is the hardest material in your body. Enamel ആണ് നിങ്ങളുടെ ശരീരത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും കാഠിന്യമേറിയ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് കരുതപ്പെടുന്നത്. Okay, besides teeth, your mouth contain a tongue also, isn't it? A tongue is a elongated, muscular, freely movable organ, and this tongue is found associated with the floor of the buccal cavity with the help of a specialized tissue known as frenula. ഫ്രെനുലം എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ടിഷ്യൂ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടാണ് നിങ്ങളുടെ ടങ്കിനെ ബക്കൽ ക്യാവിറ്റിയുടെ ഫ്ലോറുമായിട്ട് കണക്ട് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, വി ഹാവ് സ്റ്റഡീഡ് അബൌട്ട് 2 important parts of your buccal cavity, isn't it? Which are they? Yes, teeth as well as tongue, isn't it? Can you say the peculiarities of your teeth? Yes, your teeth are arranged inside the socket of your jawbone, so we can say that your teeth are showing thecodon dentition എന്ന് പറയാം അല്ലേ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ your teeth are arranged in a special way. This kind of arrangement is known as what? Thecodon dentition. Not only that, you people are capable of forming 2 kinds of teeth during your lifetime. The first set of teeth is known as milk teeth, and the second set of teeth is known as permanent teeth. Since we are capable of forming 2 sets of teeth during our lifetime, we can say that we are the animals that are capable of showing diffeodont dentition nu parayam. Okay, and another important peculiarity of your teeth is that your teeth are of different types. If the mouth of an organism contains different kinds of teeth, that kind of arrangement of teeth is known as what? Heterodont dentition. Or if teeth are arranged in such a manner, we can say that, or if teeth are visible in such a manner, we can say that we can call such kind of dentition as heterodont dentition, isn't it? So these are some important features of your teeth which can be found inside your buccal cavity. Besides teeth, we have a muscular tongue which enables us to talk well, to engulf food material, to grind the food material, etc. Okay, this tongue is found attached to the floor of the buccal cavity with the help of a specialized tissue called the frenulum. Now let us study the remaining part of your alimentary canal. Now we are in the buccal cavity, isn't it? Next part of your alimentary canal is a short, narrow pharynx. Okay, this is the buccal cavity, this is the buccal cavity, and this buccal cavity will lead to a short, narrow pharynx. This is the pharyngeal region, and this region can be considered as the common passage for food as well as air. Airന്റെയും ഫുഡിന്റെയും common passage ആയിട്ട് കരുതപ്പെടുന്ന region ആണ് ഈ pharyngeal region. Esophagus of your alimentary canal as well as the trachea of your respiratory system will open to this pharyngeal region. So we can consider this region as a common passage for food and air. Pharynx will open to trachea through a small opening. This small opening is known as glottis. Okay, glottis, and this glottis is guarded by a flap-like structure. This flap-like structure which can be found associated with the glottis is known as epiglottis. So what is glottis? Glottis is a small opening which will lead to trachea, isn't it? Glottis is always guarded by a flap-like structure. This flap-like structure is known as epiglottis. The opening and closing of this epiglottis will enable the easy movement of food through the food pipe. Okay, that means closing of the glottis will prevent the entry of food particle into the trachea. That means as the food passes through this pharyngeal region, the trachea will close due to the closing of the cartilaginous flap called the epiglottis. Pharynx will open to another long tube that is known as esophagus. Esophagus is an elongated thin tube which extends through neck, thorax and diaphragm, and finally open to a J-shaped organ known as stomach. Okay, here the opening of esophagus toward the stomach is guarded by a small sphincter that is known as gastroesophageal sphincter. Okay, gastroesophageal sphincter is there in between the esophagus as well as stomach to control the movement of food between the esophagus as well as stomach. This J-shaped muscular organ which is located towards the upper half of the upper left of the abdominal cavity is differentiated into 3 main regions. Okay, a cardiac region, a fundus region and a pyloric region. The cardiac region is the region which can be seen towards the opening of the esophagus, or cardiac region is the region which can be seen at the junction of esophagus and the stomach. That means where esophagus open to stomach, that region can be considered as the cardiac region. Okay, just opposite to the cardiac region, an upper dome shaped region can be seen in the stomach. This upper dome shaped region of the stomach is known as the fundus region of the stomach. I will tell you once more. The stomach is differentiated into 3 main regions: cardiac region, fundus region and pyloric region. Cardiac region is the region where the esophagus will open to stomach, isn't it? And fundus region is the upper dome shaped region of the stomach and pyloric region is the region where the stomach will open to small intestine. Okay, hope you have understood about the features of the stomach. This is the organ where the digestion process will take place with the help of digestive enzymes. Okay. Next region is considered as the intestine region. Okay, this is considered as a small intestinal region. Opening of the stomach to the small intestine region is guarded by another sphincter that is known as pyloric sphincter. That means it will regulate the movement of food towards the small intestine. Okay, and this small intestine region can be differentiated into small intestine. This small intestine can be differentiated into three main regions: a U-shaped duodenal region, this duodenal region will open to a long coiled jejunum region. Okay, this region can be considered as the jejunum region, and jejunum will open to a highly coiled ileum region. This can be considered as the highly coiled ileum region. Okay, so which are the main parts of your small intestine? Yes, a U-shaped duodenal region and a long elongated coiled jejunum region and a highly coiled ileum region. Okay, this is the highly coiled ileum region. As you know, the small intestine will open to large intestine. This area can be considered as a part of the large intestine. Here, in the case of large intestine also, it is differentiated into three main regions: a cecum region, a colon region and a rectum region. Okay, which are the cecum, colon and rectum region. This cecum can be considered as the first part of the large intestine. It is a small blind sac where we can see many symbiotic bacteria which is useful for our body. Okay, and the cecum has small projection in it, that finger-like projection which can be seen associated with this particular cecum is known as what? Vermiform appendix. Vermiform appendix is a vestigial organ. That means it is an organ without any particular function. Cecum will open to a colon. This is known as what? Colon. Okay, this is the colon region. Did you see this colon region? This colon region is again differentiated into three main regions: ascending colon, transverse colon and a descending colon. Okay, and that means here cecum will open to ascending colon and ascending colon will lead to transverse colon will lead to descending colon, and finally the colon will open to rectum. This region can be considered as the rectum. Rectum is the temporary storage site of the waste material. When the waste material get filled inside the rectum, at that time the waste material can be removed from the body through a small opening which can be found at the posterior end of the body called the anus. Okay, I'll tell you once more. When the rectum get filled with the waste material, at that time it will release the waste material through the another pore called the anus. That means anus is a pore through which the waste material can be eliminated from the body, and it is located towards the posterior end of the body. Bodyയുടെ posterior എൻഡിൽ കാണപ്പെടുന്ന ഒരു ചെറിയ പോർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഹോളിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പറയുക? ഏനസ് എന്ന് പറയുക. ഈ ഏനസിലൂടെയാണ് വേസ്റ്റ് മെറ്റീരിയൽ എലിമിനേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പോകുന്നത്. Hope you have understood the main parts of your alimentary canal, isn't it, children? Okay, now let us study the number of layers which can be found around your alimentary canal. When we consider the alimentary canal, it contains 4 layers. That means from esophagus till the rectum, alimentary canal is surrounded by 4 layers. The outermost layer of the alimentary canal is known as serosa layer, and just inside the serosa layer we can see a muscularis layer. Just inside the muscularis layer a submucosa layer is there. Inside the submucosa layer we can see a mucosa layer. So I will tell you once more. Outermost layer of the alimentary canal is known as serosa. Just inside the serosa layer we can see a muscularis layer. Inside the muscularis layer we can see a submucosal layer. In submucosal layer കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഏറ്റവും മുകളിലായിട്ട് കാണപ്പെടുന്ന ലെയറിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ mucosal layer എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Okay, serosa layer is a thin layer of mesothelium as well as connective tissue. That means this serosa layer is made up of mesothelium. What is meant by mesothelium? Mesothelium is the epithelial covering of internal organs. Okay, internal organs ന്റെ epithelial covering നെ നമ്മൾ വിളിക്കുന്ന പേരാണ് mesothelium എന്നുള്ളത്. Okay, so the serosa layer is formed from mesothelium as well as some amount of connective tissue. കുറച്ച് connective ടിഷ്യൂവും മീസോസിത്തീലിയും കൂടി ചേർന്നിട്ടുള്ള ലെയറാണ് സെറോസ ലെയർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ് പ്രൊവൈഡ് പ്രൊട്ടക്ഷൻ ടു ദറ്റ് പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ ഓർഗൻ. ആ ഓർഗന് പ്രൊട്ടക്ഷൻ കൊടുക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് സെറോസ ലെയറിൻ്റെ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ. ജസ്റ്റ് ഇൻസൈഡ് ദ സെറോസ ലെയർ വി ക്യാൻ സി മസ്കുലാരിസ് ലെയർ. ആക്ച്വലി ദിസ് ലെയർ ഈസ് മെയ്ഡ് ഫ്രം സ്മൂത്ത് മസിൽസിൽ നിന്നാണ്. എല്ലാ ഇൻറ്റേർണൽ ഓർഗൻസിൻ്റെയും മസിൽസ് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? സ്മൂത്ത് മസിൽസ് കൊണ്ടാണ് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത് അല്ലേ. ആൻഡ് ഈ സ്മൂത്ത് മസിൽസ് അറേഞ്ച് ഇറ്റ് സെൽഫ് ആസ് ആൻ ഇന്നർ സർക്കുലർ ലെയർ ആൻഡ് outer longitudinal layer. Inner to the muscularis layer, we can see a submucosal layer. This submucosal layer is made from connective tissue containing large number of blood vessels, nerves, limbs, etc. Okay, that means we can see blood vessels, nerves, such kind of parts in the submucosal layer. അതായത് alimentary കനാലുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് വരുന്ന നെർവ്സും ബ്ലഡ് വെസൽസും ഒക്കെ എവിടെയാണ് കാണപ്പെടുന്നത്? സബ്മ്യൂക്കോസൽ ലെയറിലാണ് കാണുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് സബ്മ്യൂക്കോസൽ ലെയറിൻ്റെ പ്രസൻസ് കൊണ്ടാണ് പെയിൻ അറിയുന്നതും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഉള്ളിലോട്ടുള്ള ഭാഗങ്ങളിലേക്ക് ബാക്കിയുള്ള ചുറ്റുമുള്ള ഭാഗങ്ങളിലേക്ക് ന്യൂട്രിയൻസ് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്നതും. ഓക്കെ, നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ ഈസ് ഇന്നർമോസ്റ്റ് ലെയർ. Innermost layer is known as mucosal layer. Okay, mucosal layer. What is the peculiarity of the layer? This mucosal layer has some modification in different part of your alimentary canal. For example, in your stomach, this mucosal layer will form certain irregular folds. These irregular folds are known as rugae. Okay, rugae. Actually, these folds can be seen when the stomach is in the empty condition. Empty ആയിരിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് നമുക്ക് irregular folds സ്റ്റൊമക്കിനുള്ളിൽ കാണാനായിട്ട് പറ്റുന്നത്. Actually, these irregular folds are formed on the surface of the mucous membrane. Mucous membraneലാണ് ഈ irregular folds ഫോം ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഈ റൂഗെ, പ്രസൻസ് ഓഫ് റൂഗെ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇന്നർമോസ്റ്റ് ലെയറിൻ്റെ ഒരു പ്രത്യേകതയാണ്. ഇത് നമുക്ക് എവിടെയാണ് കാണാൻ പറ്റുക? സ്റ്റൊമക്കിനുള്ളിലാണ് കാണാൻ പറ്റുക. ഇന്നർമോസ്റ്റ് mucosal layer will form certain tiny finger-like projections inside the intestine. These finger-like projections are known as villi. Okay, here you can see the image of villi, isn't it? This is the cross-sectional view of the villi, and each villi consists of a network of blood capillaries as well as a large lymph vessel known as lacteal. Okay, here you can see the villi. These are the villi. That means these are the finger-like projections which can be seen in the innermost layer of the intestine. Each villi contains a network of blood vessels in it. Along with these blood vessels, we can see a large lymph vessel also. This large lymph vessel is known as lacteal. Okay, actually here the nutrient which is necessary for the survival of the cells in the villi is provided with the help of these blood vessels. So what is the role of these blood vessels? Yes, these blood capillaries will help in the absorption of digested food material. Actually, here the capillaries as well as lymph vessel which is found associated with this villi will help in the reabsorption of food material from the digested food. ഓക്കെ, ഡൈജസ്റ്റഡ് ഫുഡിൽ നിന്ന് ആ ഫുഡ് മെറ്റീരിയലിൻ്റെ റീഅബ്സോർപ്ഷനെ സഹായിക്കുന്നത് ഏത് പാർട്ടാണ്? അതെ, ഈ വില്ലയാണ് സഹായിക്കുന്നത്. അതായത് ഈ വില്ലയിലുള്ളിലുള്ള ബ്ലഡ് വെസലിലേക്കാണ് ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഫുഡ് മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് എടുക്കപ്പെടുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, the cells lining the villi have certain microscopic projections. These microscopic projections are known as microvilli. Actually, the presence of microvilli will give a brush border appearance for the വില്ലയ്ക്ക് ഒരു ബ്രഷ് ബോർഡർ അപ്പിയറൻസ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത് എന്താണ്? ഈ മൈക്രോവില്ലയാണ്. വില്ലയുടെ സറൗണ്ട് ചെയ്ത് കാണപ്പെടുന്ന സെൽസിലുള്ള ചെറിയ ചെറിയ പ്രൊജക്ഷൻസ് ആണ്. This mucosal layer has certain specialized cells in between them. These cells are known as goblet cells, and these cells are capable of secreting what? Mucus. Okay, that means goblet cells which can be seen in the mucosal layer will help in the production of mucus, and this mucus is necessary for the lubrication process. This mucosal layer has certain modification in different part of the alimentary canal. For example, inside the stomach, this mucosal layer will form certain glands. These glands are known as gastric glands. What is that? Gastric glands. Actually, gastric glands are those glands which can be seen in the mucosal layer of the stomach. Similarly, inside the intestine, in between the villi, we can see certain glands. These kind of glands are known as crypts of Liberkin. Crypts of ലിബർക്കിൻ. ഓക്കെ, അലിമെൻ്ററി കനാൽ ഫോം ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന ഈ ലെയേഴ്സ് അലിമെൻ്ററി കനാലിൻ്റെ പല ഭാഗത്തും മോഡിഫൈ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. എന്തിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്? മറ്റൊരു ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് മോഡിഫൈ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇവിടെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഗ്ലാൻഡുലാർ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്, അല്ലേ? സെക്രട്ടറി ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതെല്ലാം ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഒരു പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ ലെയറാണ്. Isn't it, children? Okay, hope you have understood. Remaining topics we will study in the next class. Hope you have understood the class well. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Stay safe. Bye.